It's been just over 2 years since Elon moved from the Southern Conference to the Colonial Athletic Association. Although it's a long-term process, the question looms, has it been successful so far?
Our transition has been ongoing. This is our third year in our new conference, and so we're still figuring out where are the benefits, how is the growth, all those kinds of things. But we were very pleased to be with the group of 10 schools that comprise the CAA. Our recruiting territories have definitely broadened. Our media attention and exposure for the university has been a great advantage. So those kinds of things are a little easier for us to tell that things are progressing very well.
I think it's given Elon University great exposure. I love going into gyms in these big cities and seeing an army of Elon supporters to cheer us on these at these road games. And to me, that's part of being successful. So we're headed in that direction.
Not to be outdone by their new CAA competitors, Elon is getting ready to open their newest athletic facility.
There's been an awful lot of progress across the department, across all of our sports over this last decade, and again, the Schar Center will be the final piece of that to say, okay, we've got everybody in a really good spot. And obviously, those facilities are key to our recruiting, so it all ties into our transition to the CAA. It puts us facility-wise right in competition with our CAA members, so it's going to be a big benefit.
With the Schar Center coming up in the next couple of years, that'll definitely stack up against any other gym that will be in our conference. What we have right now with Alumni Gym, it's kind of unique. It's not the biggest place, but it's easy to pack out, and when our fans show up and get loud, it can be a tough place to play.
Another area where Elon's move to the CAA could prove fruitful? Recruitment.
I think as we solidify the fact that we're a CAA member and the better that we do in this conference, I think it's only going to be a positive influence as we go out and send the message about this great university.
When kids hear like CAA schools, or they think about schools like an Elon or a UNCW or another school in our conference, I think that kind of lights up in their head. The CAA definitely is one of the premier conferences in the country.
I'd say that a lot of high school players maybe from up north would want to come to a school like Elon University because we're playing against schools that are from their own town. And since we're playing all up and down the East Coast, we're probably going to get a wider range of players who want to come and play at Elon.
A shift in conferences brings a change in opponents. Christian and McKenna have noticed a difference in the competition they've faced since jumping to the CAA.
I think that the CAA is more well-rounded in terms of competition. I know I only spent 1 year in the SoCon, but in my 1 year, it seemed maybe more like top-heavy than the CAA is. I think especially for this past year, we showed that anybody could win against anyone in our conference. And it's probably, definitely, at least out of my 1 year in the SoCon, I think it was more competitive my sophomore or my junior year as opposed to my freshman year when we played in the SoCon.
From a football standpoint, I'd say that we have better competition than the CAA. This is a great conference that we're in. We're playing against great opponents, and it's always great to see how you match up against the best of the best. These teams that we're playing in the CAA, they're very competitive, and they're a lot, I'd say they're a lot bigger, they're a lot stronger. They work hard, and they're really keen on their technique, and they execute really well. So we have to play our A game in order to play in this conference.
With the progress made so far, players and coaches alike have lofty expectations for where the Phoenix could be in 5 years.
In the CAA, I can only speak for college football. I'd say right now we are on the come up. We're really progressing. First year in the CAA, we didn't do as well as we wanted to, but as the years go on, we're learning more, we're playing better, and under Coach Skrosky, we all trust him, and we're all able to focus under him. So I think that things are going to get continually better and better. And I think in 5 years' time, we'll be at the top of the conference in the CAA.
I think in the next 5 years, the Schar Center will be up. There might be some other building upgrades. But I think, in terms of performance for our teams, I think we want to try to get as many teams as we can into the NCAA tournament, want to win some conference championships, and maybe even, go further, make some noise in those national tournaments to try to get Elon on a bigger stage than it is already.
While the athletes are focused on wins and losses, that will be far from the only way Elon looks to measure success in the CAA going forward.
When you talk about success, and particularly in college athletics, I think you have to look at the whole formula. And our formula for success includes what the fan might say, how many games did you win? In our programs, it's really about the experience of the student athlete. Do we have the facilities? Are we competitive in our venues? Are we graduating? Are we doing things that give our student athletes the student experience as well, academically as well as athletically?